Well, here we are, January 1st, 2022. We made it. We're here. Let's read this and see what the year has in store for us, okay? January 1st. We live in a society of instant gratification. Instant coffee, instant breakfast, instant money from our local ready-made bank machine. It's everywhere we look. No wonder so many of us arrive at Al-Anon's doors looking for the instant answer to all the problems that come from living and loving an alcoholic. Recovery is a process. It takes time to regain, reclaim, and recoup all that was lost while we tried on our own to cope with active drinking. Building trust takes time. Change takes time. Healing old wounds takes time. There are no immediate ready-made solutions. But the tools and principles of our program, steps, traditions, slogans, meetings, sponsorship, service, can lead us to the answers that are right for us. We all have dark times in our lives, but the journey to be better sometimes is often what makes us happier, stronger people. When we stop expecting instant relief, we may come to believe that where we are today is exactly where our higher power would have us be. Today's reminder, Al-Anon is a one-day-at-a-time program. No matter what's going on around me, today I know that I'm moving forward. I'll trust the process of recovery and I'll let time take time. Okay, so let's talk about this. For some reason, when you're dealing with drinking, what did they call it here? When we're dealing with active drinking, learning to cope with active drinking, we put it in our heads that if this person quit drinking, everything would be okay. If this person went to treatment, everything would be okay. If this person would just stop doing that, everything would be okay. And the problem is, is that people stop doing that and we're still not okay. If you haven't figured that out yet. This is a separate issue than their drinking. This is your issue. That's why we're doing this. We aren't doing this to get people sober. We're doing this so you can cope with your life on life's terms. Have some boundaries. Learn to take care of yourself. Be happy regardless of what's going on. Shift your perception. Because if your person gets sober, you're going to have a whole nother bag of tricks to deal with. You're not going to like they go to so many meetings. You're not going to like they're always with their sponsor. You're going to wonder why they're not this way or that way, right? You're going to be unhappy regardless if you don't make some changes yourself. When I first talk to people about this, they tell me, I really want to talk to you about my wife's drinking. And I say, okay, let's talk about your wife's drinking. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Does she want help? No. Okay. So we need to work on you. What? I'm not the problem. Well, apparently you are. You have a problem. Because even if she gets sober, it's going to be a problem. Then you're going to look at your kids. Something else is going to come up. We're going to look at everything but you. So let's look at you first. Let's see how you're reacting to life. Let's see how you're responding to life. Do you even have a life? Maybe watching your wife's life and drinking, increased drinking, has become your life. Then you need to get a better life. Okay, so that is why we do this. Okay, we're not trying to get someone. When you contact me, I've had a couple people contact me that wanted me to get somebody sober in their life. And when I told them, well, what we're going to do to help them is help you first, they really thought that was going to get their person sober. Not a guarantee. They had no interest in working on themselves. And when the person finally did reach out for help, it was still a problem. They weren't behaving the way they wanted them to. They didn't want them doing that. This is not right. This is what I thought it was going to be like, right? So I have to warn you that this recovery is for you. What we're going to do this year is for you. On January 10th, I am starting a step group for the friends and family of those suffering from alcoholism or any kind of addiction or mental health. I think the 12 steps could be utilized by everyone on the planet. So I'm starting a group January 10th. And if you're interested, please DM me. If you're not a part of that group, and maybe this isn't the best time for you to start it, I do it about 3 or 4 times a year. Okay? So get involved. At least stick with this. Go through these readings. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about you. Okay? Let's talk about you and how you're doing. Let's talk about what you want to get from life. Let's talk about how you can feel better every day. Let's do that, okay? I love you all. Happy New Year.